Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This is the week's wrap up, and as you can see, I got the boards mounted here on the wall, working on getting this one set up. Got some new phones going to be coming in here. Hopefully, January, we'll see 20 phones. I am going to run a kind of a small subsection of all AppLike apps. I am separating them out on the individual phones, and it is going real well. But to start this off, we're going to talk about the things that are really doing well this week. And for me, that's Perk apps. As you can see, up here I have 4 Perk word searches running. Going to make sure they stay running. 2 Viggle over here. There was a thing that I did notice that was kind of weird when I would set up my Viggle phones, and I don't know if anybody's had this problem, or it's not really a problem because it still earns, but you can see, let it focus in. Yeah, I put it up as Son of the Mask was the movie that was on that I had it running, but it puts everything in Spanish. I don't know if that's a problem. It still earns, but it always shows up, and then here you go down here on this one, just the mask, but it shows up in Spanish again. I don't know what the deal is with it as far as does it cause any problems or anything like that. I don't think so. It still seems to be earning very well, but it does turn it to Spanish for some reason. Now we're going to go back and we're going to look at the book because we're going to see what we made this week. We started off with Monday. I told you about the AppStation in my review of the app. I had a cash out. There was $5. Did really well, really fast. The app is earning super well right now. I have it running here on this device. There's actually one of the games running on it right now. I will leave that running. I run them now for almost 2 days straight just to make sure I get the most, but people are earning really well on that app right now. AppStation is the app. Look up, there'll be a card on there that you could see if you want to check it out, because right now I already have $10 that I could cash out right now for that as well. So that means in a little over a week, that's $15 in Amazon gift cards. And to give you an idea, to earn that same amount, I have 6 phones running on Perk to get that same amount in a week's time. So, and that does include, I did have a watch back winning of $5 one day this week. And most other ones have been like the 65-cent winning, the winnings themselves. I talked about it before, still running here. We have CashMagnet, still doing its thing on the tablet. I run it off and on one other phone, depending on what else is earning. Sorry about the camera not wanting to focus. It doesn't seem to like that the phones are up here on the wall. But I'm starting to earn a little better with YooTV. So I have YooTV now on these 2 here and these 2 here running YooTV, and they are paying about a penny per ad. I'm still seeing ad rates are a little slow. Perk is still definitely the way to go, but I'm still having issues with Perk TV black screening and not earning anything. So I switched those phones back over from Perk. Originally I was running 10 phones on Perk, and I was, I stayed at that. I had the $25, cash out, which actually I'm going to talk about from last week. There it is, $25 Perk Amazon cash out. And that's from running 10 phones for the week there. So that was a really good week with the Perk apps. But I did start to have some problems with the Perk TV and not wanting to run on those phones. So I switched it back over to YooTV, and YooTV's earning fairly well. So I'm going to stay with it. The other one that I did have a cash out with is right here today, earlier this morning. I woke up and saw it on there. It finally went through. AppBounty did pay out $5. That is starting to be a little more of an active app. It's not really passive. Even the passive section of it, where you download the games, you only run them for about 5 minutes per one, so you are switching back and forth between them. But you can do that a number of times every day. Roughly, you'll go through the apps that you have downloaded, and they'll give you your points for it. The other stuff, I want to talk about it. It's over here running. over on the thing. You can see the websites over there running. That is VolKno. I think that's what I'm going to call it now, because that's exactly what I think that they want it to be called. Not VolKno, but whatever. We'll call it whatever it's going to be. There are lots of new videos up on that. So if that is a website that you are using to make money and you haven't checked it recently, go back and check it, because like I said, it's actually on the screensaver over there right now, but there are lots of new videos that you can run on there that can make you some decent money. I did a cash out on it, and I'm almost back to another $5 cash out just from spending a little bit of time today. I'm not going to talk too much about anything else. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look through and see. Oh, the other thing that I did have a cash out, I'm still waiting on it, is Receipt Hog. That is my first cash out on that app itself. It says it should within 7 days, and it's been 3. So I'm going to give it some more time. We're going to click through. It looks like some of the apps need to be clicked through here. I've had a little bit of issues with Viggle not wanting to run all the way through movies, but it's not too bad. It's still earning. The amount that you earn for it is still pretty good. A lot of this, I don't know if you could see the unable something went wrong popping up with Perk word search, but they are still earning at a fairly passive rate. I come in once or twice a day when I stop home for lunch, and I make sure that the apps are still running. And for the most part, Perk word search is still running the entire time. Sometimes I have to move it along, but overall, not too bad. Viggle, I like to run a movie just so that it stays running for a while. If it stops running, it makes enough money on itself that even if it stops, you're not really losing too much out if it's down for an hour or so. You can bring it right back up and have it run. I like to just, if I'm in the room, I just like to, tap through all the screens, help them earn a little faster. Of course, CashMagnet down there is almost back to another $10 cash out. Was really happy to see that cash out come through. I hope that my next one isn't going to take as long as they did, because luckily they cashed out a number of mine really quick recently now to catch me back up. But the big thing for this week was, like I was talking about in my desk review and my new office space here that I was so graciously gifted. I have to say that every time because she won't let it down that she had to let me have a spot in her office, so I'll give it at that. But as you can see, I got my cable management here kind of set up all nice. These are all on hooks mounted into the wall itself. They are removable from the back of my board. A little thing that kind of annoyed me was I guess my boards, the attachments weren't evenly spaced on both boards, so I couldn't line the pegs up the hooks up. As you can see, that one is a little farther over than that one. It's a little bit of an annoyance for me, but I like to try and keep it as clean as possible, and I think it's looking pretty good. I think if I can keep the cable management behind it the same way on the second board. I was told don't buy anything because, Christmas presents by my wife. So she said don't get anything else for the farm until after Christmas. So we'll see what I get for Christmas. We'll see where we end up. And then I'm going to try and get a whole separate. I'm hoping that just about this whole board will be filled out with AppLike apps running, because right now they're doing killer. They are doing great as far as what they have offering. I've been running as many as possible. I am moving them over. This device here has AppStation running on it. I'm going to be on some of the higher end phones here. The two LGs will have, well, obviously this one has 6 of them on it itself. I'm not doing anything with that. They're staying on there. I'm not going to open them up other than to do cash outs through there before I have them all on separate phones. This one will be getting a separate one, and then my next phones down here will all be AppLike apps, and then I may run the extra ones as CashMagnet apps there, so I will have the whole board itself in that type of setup. Will be pay the download type apps. I will also put a video running app on them as well in case there's nothing available. It will probably be a YooTV if the perk apps tend to work better, I'll let them run on there. If not, they won't be on there. But YooTV always seems to do pretty well on just about any device that I run it on. There's an AppLike ad right there on Viggle, but they've really been pushing their things. So let me see. Looks like I was awarded some points. We'll see what my perk balance is here. It's real easy. I've noticed it hasn't been, so $13.31 in perks so far this week. So it's been a pretty good week. Not quite as good as last week, but like I said, I was down 4 phones for perk apps. So I try not to run it more than the max amount in a day. And I always be careful because of the winnings from the sweepstakes. They say they don't make a difference, but I did have that $5 one hit last night, and that did make a big difference as far as my perk points. The winnings haven't been as well. If I wouldn't have had that $5 sweepstakes winning from Watchback, I tell you, it really hasn't been as good as I had hoped it was going to be. But I'm going to stick with running mostly perk. If I can get Perk TV to run on those other phones again, I will switch back to them. Trying to make sure I don't go over. I like to sit right. If I can get to that $5 a day, that's fine. That's perfect. That's a good spot to sit at. But I don't want to push it too much more than that. I only have one account. I'm not really looking to get banned. So far, the Viggle experiment with running more than one Viggle has been fine. I have to restart that one. The other one's about up too. But that's been fine. So I'm not going to say that you should do it. I'm saying if you're willing to take the chance on it. I've been told that people are running 7 and 8 of them and making really good money and not having problems. I'm not willing to push it quite that far just yet, but running two Viggle phones has worked out well for me as well. Like I said, so the week's total, we're looking at $35. We have AppStation for $5 after we zoom in, Perk for $25, and then AppBounty was a $5 Amazon. Everything, I know people ask me, hey, are you doing PayPal? No, I'm not cashing out to PayPal at all. I find it's just so much easier to deal with Amazon gift cards. It's just a quicker way. You get your money faster that way. If you're dealing with PayPal, especially on the AppLike apps, I tend to have more. I've never had real big problems, but the payout time is generally a couple days more than if you would get the gift card itself. So it's all extra for me. So I'm not needing to have that cash in hand that I need to go to PayPal and then to my bank account. It's not necessary at this time for that. It's all extra, so it all goes into the Amazon. And as we all know, you can buy anything on Amazon. So the Amazon account is building back up after this past Black Friday. And as you can see, hopefully the phone farm will be building in the number of devices. I am still working on, Amazon's working on getting all my gift cards for that PC build that I'm hoping to be doing. So right now we're looking at 12 devices that are currently running. And then when it's available, the computer over there is able to run some stuff. But I don't have that available to me all the time, as my wife will normally use it for work or school, whatever she's doing at the time. So I am in need of another laptop. I'm going to work on getting another one, but it's not real pressing as far as having that right away. So I thank you all for watching. There will be links in the description for all the apps, especially when I start moving over my AppLike apps. If I have to do a new account, if I don't find it's going to be able to be moved over and stop using my other ones, I will have referral links in there, because you can make a ton of money with having people in your network. Because remember, you're making 25% off of what I make, I'm making 25% off of what you make. We might as well help each other out. So use those AppLike referral links, post AppLike referral links. I'm going to be honest with you, I will probably do a video just for referrals that I I will open up, everybody can post their referral links for whatever site that they want to use. I normally don't do that for the comments section of my videos because it gets really spammy as far as that, but I may do it just so people can link through and find other referrals for apps they might use. It will be a separate video, and I will have to modify what YouTube lets post on there so it doesn't, your comment actually gets approved on there, because I have it pretty well so that I keep my comment section from looking too spammy. But with that said, that's about it. The week's been a pretty good week. We had $35 hit the Amazon account this week. That matched last week as well. Still waiting on a $5 cash out from, let's look at the notes here. The notes, $5 cash out from Receipt Hog. Yep, Receipt Hog was a $5 cash out. Hoping to get that here in the next few days. Like I said, AppStation is killing it. I thank everybody that used my referral link because we're doing a great job. We're making points for everybody. So I know if you're using mine, you're making good points because I'm seeing a whole lot of points on my own end, which means I know you're getting 25% of them. So if you haven't clicked that link and got started with AppStation, click the referral link that is in the description because we can definitely help each other out. I know I could use your help, and I know I want to be able to help you out as well. So I thank you all for watching, and as always, have a good day.